And if you've got some kiddos that would enjoy learning more about sharks, then we have got you covered. Joining us today is Miss Jill Hendon. She is the Director for Center for Fisheries Research and Development at the University of Southern Mississippi's Gulf Coast Research Laboratory, and she has partnered with Scholastics to print Shark Labs. So welcome, Jill.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
I am so excited to have you here. Number one, it brings back my childhood memories of Scholastic books. And then number two, you're from my alma mater, USM, so I think this is a cool thing. So how did this get started, Jill? When did you get connected with Scholastic books?
So Scholastic actually reached out to me. They were wanting to do a book on sharks, and they were hoping to really promote women in STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. And I happened to fit that bill. And so they asked me if I would be willing to collaborate on this project to make sure we get factual information out there.
That's really cool. Okay, so how did you connect with the information? Is it from all of your research there at USM or other research projects? Where did you draw your data from?
So the majority of this book really focuses on the basic facts about sharks and rays in our waters. And so we really kind of highlighted just the basic features, the basic ecology, the feeding dynamics, some of the swimming dynamics of these animals, and just tried to give the basic facts to the readers out there in a way that they could understand.
Now, I know that you have a special connection with Scholastic because you're not from Mississippi. You're actually from up north where there's not so many sharks or oceans. So what did those books mean to you as growing up?
Yes, so that was a very big aspect of this project for me. Was I'm originally from Minnesota. Not many sharks up there, but I had a love for the ocean and for ocean creatures. And so as I was growing up, I would get as many books on the ocean as I could, and Scholastic was a big provider of that. I remember getting the newsletters in the classroom and being excited about placing my order. And so it really kind of brought me full circle, allowing me to now provide this opportunity for other young people who may be interested in the ocean and not have access to that world just as I didn't growing up.
So we got a lot of parents looking for summer reading for their kids. What age is Shark Lab for?
So this is going to be targeted at the elementary age students, and it's kind of fun because it's just a quick fact book, but it also has a couple of activities included in it. And although I wasn't part of the development of the activities, they look pretty fun. One of them is a little plastic shark that you can pack with baking soda or baking powder, and you can put it in water and watch that shark dive. There's another activity in there where there's a little plastic egg case with a shark inside. And when you put that in the water, you get the chance to watch that shark grow and essentially hatch out of the egg case. And then there's a couple of teeth from both sharks and rays. You can see the difference in the types of teeth, which also influences what they choose to eat. And it's just some hands-on opportunities to further understand the facts from the book.
So how did you get to Mississippi? Was it for the work there at the Fisheries Research and Development at USM, or what else brought you a little bit further south? I'm sure it's connected to the Gulf Coast.
Yes, so I did my undergraduate work up at the University of Wisconsin in Eau Claire, and they actually had a partnership program with the University of Southern Mississippi's Summer Field Program, which is a opportunity for undergraduate students from around the country to come down and take hands-on field-based courses in marine science. And so I'd come down here through that program to take some courses toward my undergraduate degree. And I ended up just loving the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So I ultimately came down here for a master's degree at USM, and then I moved up to Ole Miss and worked on a PhD program, and ultimately got hired here, and I now teach for the summer field program. So again, another beautiful full circle. But we have such a beautiful area to work in. It's a treasure to get to share this with other students, as well as with other researchers who may not know the diversity we have right here in our waters.
That field study program, if I'm correct, Jill, y'all are celebrating 75 years, which I think is such a good thing to note
Yes.
that's happened right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Absolutely. It's a big celebration for us. People oftentimes don't realize how established this program has been, and it's really influenced thousands upon thousands of people from around the nation into going into these careers. It's really been their first opportunity for many of them, of really getting the hands-on experience that comes with having a career in this field, and it started right here in Mississippi. So we're very
What
excited to celebrate that this summer.
I love about your story, Jill, is the fact that you are an example that you don't have to necessarily grow up with the sharks or the stingrays or on the ocean to make a career out of it. I think there's probably a lot of folks listening to Good Things who have kids that are interested in the sea or the ocean, but just because they don't live in the proximity, they may not think that they can cultivate or encourage that is in terms of profession. But man, you've got plenty of times to just stick into the STEM, maybe, look into biology, and then it can lead you into the next phase of your career.
It
Or
is
just
so
have an
true.
experience. Yeah.
Just getting those basics under you really gives you that platform to kind of go in any direction you want. So I encourage kids out there to really just keep reading about the things you love. Don't let maybe some of your physical limitations of where you're at limit your dreams, because you really can go far. And I will also say there are some opportunities for kiddos here who may be interested in marine science. We have Sea Camp offered through the Marine Education Center, where kids can come for a week of Sea Camp. And we also have Shark Fest, which is a program that I helped develop with the Marine Education Center, where 7th through 12th graders can come and actually go out on shark excursions and tagging excursions with us researchers. So that's, again, another opportunity available during the summers.
How do parents find out about that, Jill? Because that's really cool.
Yeah, you can go to the University of Southern Mississippi's website and look up the Marine Education Center. It's a beautiful facility right here in Ocean Springs that offers a lot of hands-on education opportunities for K through 12 students during the summer and also throughout the year.
All right, you brought up the word sharks because you wrote Shark Lab for Scholastic. Everybody's coming to the Mississippi Gulf Coast for the sand and the beaches. That's one thing you don't want in the mix of your summer plans is a shark. So when people think about the work that you guys are doing, I mean, how far off the Mississippi Gulf Coast are you to do your shark work and all of that? Or is it something that we should be aware of or, stay updated on?
So that's a very fair question, and I have to admit, sharks are everywhere, right? That water is their habitat. So I have to tell you, they are throughout the water in the shallows and off in the deeper waters. But they're not really interested in us. And as long as when you enter their habitat to go swimming or kayaking or boating or fishing, as long as you're being respectful of them, you're really not even going to know they're there. My recommendations would be to not wade fish with a pocket full of bait. My recommendation would be not to swim next to somebody who's wade fishing or chumming the waters there. So I think it's just a matter of being smart. Sharks aren't targeting us. We don't look appealing to them. And the only times where there have been interactions was in those unfortunate situations where people were maybe doing things where it wasn't a very smart scenario.
Common sense always works out sort of well when it comes to,
Yes.
I guess, with safety in that respect. Okay, so Shark Lab, how do we get it? Where do we find it with Scholastics, Miss Jill?
Yes, so you can go to the Scholastic website, scholastic.com, and you can type in Shark Lab is the name of the kit, and you can bring it up and order it online if you're interested.
And you said that is perfect for our elementary age children?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. If you're looking for something fun to do this summer, there you have it for your kids who are interested in the sea or STEM. Congratulations, Jill. I think that's really cool. I hope maybe my kid gets to get out there and do one of the summer excursions. We've got a few more years till she's in 7th grade, but I'm going to keep it on my list of things for her to do.
Thank you. I've enjoyed talking with y'all today.
All righty, you guys stick with us. We've got more good for you coming up next.